Hello, it's Mr. Egg here. On today's video, we're going to be taking you undercover. Shh. So we've called it Hidden Patio. All these places, even the most seasoned of Patio expats may not ever have heard of or even been to. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Look at these cheeky people. White Yolk. This is a new restaurant that's opening here on the Pattaya Road. An egg-themed restaurant. It will never work. Well, they should have had Mr. Egg, I suppose. But anyway, we haven't come to see the White Yolk. That's opening soon. We've come to see somewhere that you may not know about. And to be quite honest, you don't really want to end up here. Let me show you where it is. It's the Patio Provincial Court. And it's here on Pattaya Road. Now, I've never been inside the business end, but I have been here visiting someone, and let me tell you the story. I had an Australian friend who was kind of helping out at the bar when the Australian sport was on. He was in there and all his friends were coming over. Really nice guy, never a problem, until one night I get a phone call. I'm lying in bed, it's about 2:30 in the morning, I get a phone call, and it's this guy. He's very inebriated, and he says, "I've got a problem." I won't continue with the voice. He'd basically been arrested for being drunk driving on his motorbike down by Pattaya, the central Patio Road. Right. Big rule for me is that when something like that happens, try and get there as soon as possible and try and sort it out right there. So I advised him to do this, and to be honest, he was in no fit state. So I ran to his aid, went to where he got arrested, and he wasn't there. He'd already been took down to Soi 9, a police station. As I got there, I don't know if you've ever been to Soi 9 to pick up someone who's in the clink, but you have to go up the stairs, rushed up the stairs to try and find him, and he was just taking his shoes off to go into the cells. So I missed it, and he was in the cells. Right, so my negotiation skills come out, and I'm talking to the authorities and say, yeah, okay, he's going to have to stay here overnight. We'll take him to the court tomorrow, but we need his passport. Have you got his passport? Now, I didn't know where he lived, so I literally knocked on the cell door. Little window opens, you know, little grey window, metal window, and I'm asking him, where do you live? Where do you live? I need to get your passport. Anyway, after about 5 attempts, all by the way, which were wrong, I managed to get an address for him. So I rush over there on a motorbike, and I knock on the door, and his mum's there. And his mum has been visiting Pattaya. She's come to Pattaya not only to see her son, but also to have a little bit of dental work done, because, as you know, medical tourism very big here in Thailand. So she's going, sorry, I can't do the Australian voice, but I told him not to do this. Oh, this is terrible. She was really upset, and she goes, and I've put my teeth in a dentist, and I don't know where it is, and oh, he's going to be in jail. And I says, don't worry, calm down. Give me his passport. He'll go to the police. He'll go to the police cell, then come to the court here tomorrow morning. I'll meet you here, and we'll go and sort it all out. Okay, so I'll get his passport, sort it all out. Come back here in the morning. Now, the cells to the provincial court around the back, and in a short while, I'm going to try and have a little sneak round there, because you can actually see prisoners coming in, and they're in leg irons, and they all look bad. But I was worried. I was there waiting with his mother for the police van to arrive with all the prisoners in for the court appearances that day. And then one arrives, and it kind of pulls up by the entrance to the holding cells, and all these young Thais come out, and they've all got their shirts off, and they're sweating, and they've all got leg irons on, and they're not only sort of chained to each other's to their own legs, they're chained to the next person as well. So they're like a chain gang. And I mean, oh my God, you know, he's going to be in this state. It's terrible. Anyway, just as I said that, the passenger door of the police van opens and out he pops. He was a rather large gentleman, and I think he couldn't actually fit into the back of the police van, so they gave him a little bit of a special ride because I managed to swing things for him a little bit. So we wave at him, and he goes in, and he's sobered up a bit, but he can see it's me and his mum, and I suppose he feels better. So anyway, he's in there and he's waiting for his court appearance, and I talk to the guard at the back of the courthouse, and I say, is it possible to go and speak to him, you know, just to give him some encouragement? And his mother's absolutely worried, sick. Well, obviously you say anything about family in Thailand and they're all very, you know, very positive about that. So I take Kun Mare inside the area at the back where they keep all the prisoners. But the good news is he hasn't gone into the main holding cell. He's in an office. They've stuck him in an office. So I walk into the office, and I'm there, and I go, mate, it's good news, mate. I said, I thought I'd make a joke, you know, break the ice. I said, the good news is the judge is a Collingwood fan. Well, I think he was still a bit, nothing. Right. So I said, oh, don't worry, mate. We've sorted it all out. There's not going to be a problem. And then I said, look, I'm going to bring your mum in. Is that okay? Because she's a little bit emotional. Don't get too worried. And he goes, he sort of nods and he goes, yeah. And then his mother walks in, sees her son. He's been incarcerated for like 24 hours in a police cell, and now he's in the courtroom. And she goes, just tell me, which dentist did you take my false teeth to? Because I need to pick them up tomorrow. just completely unconcerned about his situation. Anyway, good news was, a couple of hours afterwards, it was all sorted. We got the bail money back. We got his passport back. Don't drink and drive, folks. It's a big problem here in Thailand. Not only are you endangering yourself, but more importantly, you're endangering all those other people on the road. So don't drink and drive. It'll get you into trouble, and it'll end you up here. Now, after that happened, we were just kind of waiting outside, and the police van that had brought all the prisoners in sort of moved round and parked up round the front of the road there, and I was watching, and there was a lot of excitement, and the police and the guards of the courthouse were sort of knocking on the window of this police van, and they were looking around, and they were going and trying to open doors, and the doors wouldn't open, and it was quite obvious that they couldn't get into the police van. They'd either locked the keys in there, or the locking mechanism hadn't worked. It must have been quite sophisticated. They couldn't get in, and there was some quite concerned police officers looking and sort of trying and getting all different sets of keys, and nothing would go in. And so what I then saw, you will never believe. I saw one of the police go into the holding block, bring out this guy, and he was in leg chains, so he was clearly arrested. No shirt on, it looked like he hadn't shaved for about a week. And they gave him an old wire coat hanger. And he was obviously quite good at this, and he'd done this before, because he got this coat hanger and he was pushing it down the window of this police van to try and open it up, because obviously when you've got a problem, you always ask for experience. We took some secret footage, as you can see, and we had to be really careful, but definitely somewhere you don't want to end up, round the back at the Provincial court. Okay, onwards and upwards to the next location in hidden Pattaya. This is the life. This is a soy in Pratamnak, and I like to call this soy Millionaires Row, because we've just been walking down. We've walked down from the last location, and this place really does stand out as being very clean, very organised. In fact, very kind of European, really. All the houses are beautifully manicured. There's lovely floral displays at the front of houses, and there's hedges that are all cut, and there's obviously a lot of care and attention goes into this soy. Look above, and you can see the usual. Right at the top there's the electric cables running along, but you've got the telecom cables here, and look how neat they are, and they're all tied together, and they're you know, they look really nice, and there's no litter on the ground. The pavement is really, really nice, apart from just up there where I nearly broke my ankle. But apart from that, it's perfect. And the reason I call this Millionaires Row is because it has a very, very famous resident here, although actually it's a public building. Now, in Hua Hin, I'm sure many people know it's a royal town, and there's a royal palace there, and people who live there kind of look down on Pattaya, and they say that you know, we're just a sleazy bar capital of the world. But actually, we have a royal residence here as well, and we have to be a bit careful because we don't want to intrude on any privacy or trespass on royal property. But just at the end of this soi, you can see there's a red barricade there, and there's a sentry box, and it is actually kind of a summer house for several of the members of the royal family. Now, every now and then I see motorcades coming up and down here. I haven't seen some for, well, quite a while now. You see the motorcades going into Central, and distinguished VIPs going shopping there, and they all live right here. Now, just to the right, you can see there's the Asia Hotel Par 3 golf course. Now, I've got a feeling that is absolute prime real estate right there, and I'm pretty sure that the reason that they don't build on this golf course, because I hardly ever see anybody on it, is because they don't want any buildings, tall buildings, overlooking this residence at the bottom of the soi here. And this soi is so exclusive, even the dogs aren't allowed to take a dump here. It's in great contrast to all the hotels and the tall buildings at the top of the soi. Millionaires Row is definitely somewhere where you'd want to come, just have a nice stroll in the early evening, and maybe see some VIPs or a royal residence at the end of this soi. Now, the next place we're going to in hidden Pattaya is just over there. We are about 6 or 7 minutes on a motorbike from Walking Street. And listen to that. What do you hear? Just the birds singing and the waves lapping up on the beach. This place is called Secret Beach, and it was nicknamed Secret Beach by my friend Martin Carlisle. He works on Nick Dean's show, and he used to work for Inspire, and Inspire had their offices here on Pratamnak Soi 4. In fact, this beach is at the bottom of Pratamnak Soi 4. And all the stuff that they used to do for their TV show on the beach with Ash and all the other beach stuff, they used to do here. There are other beaches around Pattaya. Obviously, there's the main Pattaya beach, there's Cozy Beach, there's Jomtien Beach, but this one's my favourite. Now, usually when the deck chairs are out, there's just a few deck chairs out today because there's hardly any visitors when we're filming this in December 2020. But usually, all the area you can see here with all the leaves, they've all been swept up. It's all very nice. If you just go to the right there, all this area here, about 5 or 6 years ago, was just a big rubbish dump. It was all places where you threw your beer cans and everything, and it was horrible. There was rats there. And the army came and they smoothed it all out. That's the stairway that you climb up. So maybe if you're a bit old, or people with disabilities and wheelchairs wouldn't be able to gain access to Secret Beach, but it really is fantastic. Now, just to the left here, there used to be a couple of beer bars here, and at one time I was actually looking at buying one of these, believe it or not, or certainly renting it out in the low season. But again, they were built on private ground. All the beaches are public ground here in Thailand, so they demolished those. And there are a few deck chairs just over here. If you want to go looking for seashells and oysters and cockles and those sort of things, you can do that in the rocks that are just at the end of the Secret Beach here. It is high tide at the moment, so the water is coming up to me almost here. But usually you've got a good maybe 10, 15, 20 metres of beautiful sand, well maintained, There's a couple of places where you can have the odd drink. There are no beach sellers here. There are one or two ladies offering massages and stuff when there are a few tourists here. But other than that, Secret Beach is a little hideaway that you want to come to. It's on the bottom of Pratamnak Soi 4 and it's part of Hidden Pattaya. Okay, here's our last location on Hidden Pattaya. If you can hear me, here's a fishing boat coming in. He's been out there since about 3 a.m. this morning. And he's on the beach here in Jomtien. If you get up really nice and early, you can see all the fishermen at work, bringing in their catch, and it's all for sale. So I've been talking to one of the fishermen, and he says that he starts work about 3 a.m. Well, he certainly goes out in his boat at 3 a.m. He gets here in the middle of the night and goes out. So it's now 6:15, so maybe 2.5 hours out fishing. He comes back, he says there's a big catch today. Let's go and see what he's caught. Interesting that the lady selling the fish has the 50/50 logo. Now, you're starting to see this all around Thailand at the moment. Basically, it's a government initiative to try and get you spending in food places and other parts of the economy. You get an app, and every day you can top up that app. If, for example, you spend 100 baht on one of the fish and you use it with the app, you pay 50 baht, and the government then pays 50 baht as well. It's up to 150 baht a day and to a maximum amount for each person of 3,000 baht. Well, the sun's just about beginning to rise here on Jomtien Beach, and that's it for this video. Did you learn anything new about the places that we visited, or did you know about them anyway? Let us know by giving a comment below. If you did enjoy the video, give us a like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. From us all here in Pattaya and Jomtien, bye!